Tony Pollard replacing Derrick Henry in Tennessee, 3 years, $24 million. What was your first reaction to him signing with the Titans and becoming allegedly the number one back there?
So you replaced an older, semi about to be washed up running back with a older, younger-ish, semi washed up running back who really was overrated in Dallas, and I don't think he's the solution there. But you have now a trend that has been established with the Tennessee Titans. They sign old receivers and they sign washed up Cowboys running backs. You signed DeMarco Murray about a decade ago, and now the lore continues with signing Tony Pollard. Is this going to be a bad move for them? I mean, $24 million over 3 years is actually a pretty team-friendly deal. And then you have Tajay Spears in the backfield. So if you can draft another running back, maybe you have a good carousel there. So I think he'll be a fine running back. Is Tony Pollard ever going to be a one on a team? No, but 3 years, $24 million, it's okay. It's okay for someone like Will Levis to have someone to check down to. So now you have two pretty good running backs. It's like the same level as Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think the thing is I feel like both of them have a similar play style.
Yeah.
Where Tony Pollard is more of a receiving back. Same with Tajay Spears. Tajay Spears kind of an elusive back. If they can go out there and draft maybe a more big physical running back, kind of like what the Jags were trying to do last year with Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby, they end up getting Dearness Johnson and end up working out just fine. If they can get a big physical running back as their third back, then I think they'll be fine. But it doesn't really move the needle too much for me.
Yeah, the rumor is that the Bengals could cut Joe Mixon. You hired their offensive coordinator to be your head coach right now, so maybe you add Joe Mixon there if he doesn't decide to go to the Cowboys, which I could definitely see Mixon doing there. But overall, Tony Pollard, that's a fine signing there. The signing I really do like, though, is Christian Wilkins. Absolute dog on the show. I went on a rant when we had our Dolphins preview about how much of a dog that Christian Wilkins is. He was single-handedly keeping the defense alive when everyone else was getting hurt. You had Melvin Ingram hurt. You had Bradley Chubb, who was hurt, and then Jalen Ramsey was injured for a bit. And then towards the end of the season, Christian Wilkins was the glue holding that defense together. And now he signs a 4-year, $110 million deal to go to those Raiders.
I love it, especially pairing him with Max Crosby. We're talking about a team whose last year, the last half of the season, had one of the best defenses in the NFL. This is a team that everyone's going to be sleeping on going into the season. I think the Raiders are actually going to be pretty good, especially if they get their quarterback right. That defense is going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be better than the Chargers, and that was my prediction coming into the offseason, especially because you have Antonio Pierce, players, head coach, John Harbaugh. He's transitioning back into the NFL. I know a lot of people who are friends with him and have them on their show personally like him a lot and like to pump him up, but we still need to see him go out there and do it with Antonio Pierce. I saw that defense really respond to him. At the end of the year, they had one of the best defenses in the league. Now you're putting an absolute dog in the middle with an absolute dog on the outside with Max Crosby, and now you get a chance to draft another really good pass rusher. I mean, that defense is going to be elite, and if you can add, I don't know, Justin Fields to the mix, great team. Great team.
Yeah.